Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the Harry Potter books, the Harry Potter films, and none other than Lord Voldemort. More specifically, we're going to be taking a look at Voldemort's character and uncovering a few little known facts about Voldemort that only book readers will know. Voldemort's character and his journey from Tom Riddle the orphan to the Dark Lord is certainly a riveting one with many layers beneath the surface. Unfortunately, however, if you only watched the films, then you will have only been given a glimpse of Voldemort's past. In this video, I'm going to be discussing 5 aspects of Voldemort's character that were left out of the films. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5. His mother, Merope, used a love potion on his father. Merope Gaunt, later Merope Riddle, was a pureblood witch and the daughter of Marvolo Gaunt. Merope grew up in Little Hangleton and developed an obsession with a muggle that lived nearby, Tom Riddle Sr., who was a handsome and wealthy man. Merope, after years of abuse from her brother and father, had very suppressed magical capabilities. However, one day, her magical ability manifested itself in the form of a love potion that Merope used on Riddle. Shortly after he drank the potion, he became infatuated with Merope. Fast forward just a few months later, the two were married, and Merope was pregnant with Tom's child. This child would later go on to become Lord Voldemort. Number 4. He was strange right from birth. In The Half-Blood Prince, it's first revealed that Voldemort had always been a strange person, even in early childhood. Mrs. Cole, who was a worker at Wool's orphanage where Voldemort was raised, admitted that Tom exhibited some very unusual behaviors. First of all, he terrified the other children, and apparently there was some nasty incidents involved. Second of all, Voldemort didn't cry. Even as a newborn lying on his back in a crib, Voldemort couldn't shed a tear, and this is a byproduct of how he was conceived. Because his mother had given his father a love potion, Voldemort lacked the ability to feel emotions like love. I'm not sure there's any warning sign quite like a baby that doesn't cry or show emotion. Number 3. He worked at Borgen and Berks. You might be surprised to hear that even Lord Voldemort once had a job like the rest of us. Well, the having a job part at least. I'm not sure working at Borgen and Berks is particularly relatable for most of us. Anyway, as a young lad and recent Hogwarts graduate, Tom Riddle travelled to Knockturn Alley, where the shop Borgen and Berks was located. Borgen and Berks is an antique shop that has a bit of a dodgy reputation for selling dark wizarding artifacts and dealing with questionable witches and wizards, so you can probably see what attracted Voldemort. As it turns out, he only took the job so that he could find out more about Horcruxes. Number 2. Voldemort's Hogwarts job interview. If you didn't know already, the Defense Against the Dark Arts professor role at Hogwarts is cursed. That's why no professor seems to be able to keep the role for more than one school year. I'm not sure if you noticed the trend of a new Dada professor in each and every book, film. As it turns out, the reason for this is that Voldemort himself once interviewed for the position, but was turned down by Dumbledore. Voldemort wasn't openly evil yet, and to many, he was still just a promising young Hogwarts graduate. But Dumbledore is no slouch, and knew that Riddle wanted the role for nefarious reasons. Because he was snubbed by Dumbledore, Voldemort cursed the role, so that no one would ever be able to teach Dada for more than 1 year. Number 1. Harry and Voldemort are related. That's right, the arch-rivals with such completely opposite agendas are actually distantly related. It all starts with the Peverell brothers, the recipients of the 3 Deathly Hallows. Ignotus, the youngest brother and recipient of the invisibility cloak, was actually the relative of none other than Harry Potter. We know that Harry receives the invisibility cloak as a gift from his father, but what wasn't originally revealed was that the same cloak was passed down over generations, starting with Ignotus. And as it turns out, Voldemort is a distant relative of Cadmus, the brother who chose the Resurrection Stone. And that's it for this video. If you enjoy the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.